A literal gold rush has begun in the market of fashion businesses. A recently unknown company is overtaking the industry giants, such as Zara and H&M, and it seems it's not planning to stop at that point. YouTube and TikTok are crammed with videos of unpacking different types of clothes from this brand or analysis and leaks of their production process. In 2020, it even became the most discussed fashion topic on TikTok. This company is reimagining and reshaping the whole fashion industry, reducing production time to 1 week and being far ahead of competitors in terms of cost and quantity offered are only a few of the advantages it created. Only here is it possible to buy a bag for $5, a corset for $3, or a ring for 50 cents and still receive your package in a matter of days, even though this phenomenon company is located in China. People are already saying that this is the beginning of a new era of shopping, so-called fast fashion. Now, imagine that with all this, the company doesn't even have a network of physical stores like its competitors. Only 3 years ago, an unknown Chinese brand now ships goods to 220 countries in Europe, Asia, America, and the Middle East, overtaking H&M and Zara in total sales in the US. TikTok for e-commerce, Amazon in the clothing market, Zara's conqueror, and a real discount monster. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the world of Shein, a company that's already writing history. Despite its recent success, we have yet to learn much about Shein. While the internet shines with headlines about Amazon, Twitter, or Zara, this Chinese company knows how to keep its secrets. Even its shareholders don't fully understand what's done inside the production centers and have a very rough idea of the business's net income. Some sources indicate that the total capitalization may be more than $30 billion, but the immediate management modestly indicates that the company values itself at only a few billion. We will likely find out the exact answer to this question only when the company goes public, about which many rumors have been circulating for a long time. Although Shein denies such plans, major American banks such as Goldman Sachs, Bank of America, and JP Morgan Chase state that they have been advising the marketplace on this matter since 2020. Shortly, the veil of mystery may fall a little, and we'll be able to see real achievements and numbers. The company itself was created back in 2008 and was then called Shein. Its founder and CEO, Chris Zhu, prioritized the US market from the very beginning. He saw huge opportunities in it both financially and from the point of view of future business development. But back then, the store was dubious, to say the least. The company purchased ready-made goods from the Chinese wholesale clothing market in Guangzhou, home to China's major garment factories, and simply sold them directly to customers. Nevertheless, it allowed it to accumulate the necessary resources for business expansion. In 2012, Shein was launched in Spain, France, Russia, Italy, and Germany, and also expanded the range of products. In 2014, the company began to develop its supply chain system, becoming the retailer we are used to seeing now. In 2015, the brand was renamed and got its modern name, Shein. This made it more memorable and searchable. The company had already earned a reputation online and attracted enough customers to expand further. In 2017, the modern version of Shein began to form. The brand's advertising started to appear on American television shows and some popular YouTube channels. However, TikTok's advertising campaigns and ability to promote viral products brought it special popularity. Today, in addition to women's clothing, Shein offers children's and men's items and is available in 220 countries worldwide. What's the secret of such success? How did a common Chinese dropshipper bypass business veterans with earned and respected names and reputations? Well, that's a good question, but there's no single answer. We'll talk about its policy, technologies, and business model, but first we need to mention something that no one ever thinks about. This factor played the first and decisive role in the development of Shein and set the company on the path it is now. We've already mentioned that Shein is a Chinese company. Due to tensions in relationships between the US and China, the company prefers not to indicate its geographical affiliation, as the opposite can create many problems for businesses in the US. And in general, although the company is Chinese, almost no one has heard of it in this country. The Chinese market isn't profitable and important for Shein, so this policy is more than justified. At the same time, the fact is, it owes all its success to China and the changes that have taken place in its tax system as a result of the trade war with the US. Success through a trade war? It sounds absurd, but this is exactly what fundamentally changed the course of the game. In 2018, during the escalating trade war with the PRC, the USA increased the number and prices of tariffs. China responded by sharply cutting export taxes for companies that sell goods directly to the consumer. And that's how Shein works. The authorities also stopped demanding a document confirming the payment of goods and services from online stores, which they used for tax control. This made the business environment almost perfect, but it didn't end there. The company also has an advantage in the USA. Since 2016, American authorities have stopped taxing parcels worth less than $800, which has become a real panacea for Shein. We keep in mind that the prices on this marketplace are often under $10, so imagine how much money they save. Thanks to this, Shein's sales almost doubled between 2018 and 2019, and in 2020 they grew by 250% year over year to $10 billion, according to Bloomberg. In 2021 and 2022, the company continued its victorious campaign, increasing its sales and popularity with every new quarter. A big reason for this was the COVID crisis, which put online businesses on a pedestal. At that time, the problem of the lack of physical stores suddenly became irrelevant, which allowed Shein to spread its influence even more. During the pandemic, the store's sales more than tripled, and Shein has become the largest online clothing store in the world. Well-known institutions such as analytical agency IDG and venture fund Sequoia invested in it, opening new ways for developing the business. So yeah, a combination of dropshipping and loopholes in taxation is the great secret of low prices in Shein. But why can't Zara and H&M do the same? Why don't they use these opportunities themselves? Technically, any brand can register a subsidiary in China and enjoy the same tax loopholes. So, what's the problem? The main advantage of Shein is in its very essence. A company like Zara will have to pay taxes because it doesn't send goods to an individual but to a physical store in bulk, which belongs to a whole new taxation category. Shein simply beats the system and now enjoys the best conditions in the market. Its initial Chinese origin became a blessing for businesses and turned it into the industry giant we can see now. You might now have a very reasonable question. If Chinese companies have so many advantages and privileges these days, why aren't all the markets flooded with their businesses and goods? In 2010, Chinese sportswear brand Li Ning opened a flagship store in the US, but closed it 2 years later due to low sales. The brand of down jacket Bosideng International Holdings had worked in London for only 5 years until completely shutting down. Both brands were extremely popular in China. Meanwhile, Shein doesn't even trade in China. So, returning to our primary question, why is it so successful? As we already mentioned, the company initially made a strong focus on overseas online markets. To accomplish this goal, it created a unique promotion campaign meant to increase foreign customers' interest and urge them to buy more. Virtual concerts with pop stars such as Katy Perry and Lil Nas X and promoting branded hashtags on Instagram were only a few steps to conquering potential clients' hearts. That is its main marketing strategy. So far, other Chinese brands aren't considered competitors to Zara or Pull&Bear, unlike today's main hero. Shein has been building its reputation for years, investing loads of money in advertising and preparing the grounds for future operations. By leveraging technology and data, the company was able to offer customers a wide range of clothing, accessories, and beauty products at prices that were often significantly lower than those of its competitors. This resonated with consumers, and the company quickly gained a loyal following. production and manufacturing system of Shein is no less important. To become the company's supplier, the plan has to abide by one important principle and meet one vital requirement. No more than 5 hours drive from the main supply department in Guangzhou, complete production in 10 days, which is faster than Zara, which takes 3 weeks to complete. So here's a secret to the speed of production. However, these demands and such exactingness don't scare manufacturers. On the contrary, Chinese suppliers desire to work with this company badly. The main reason is that Shein pays the bills in good faith and on time, which is a great rarity in the Asian market. Although our guest is a clothing brand, the main competitor of this site isn't Zara or H&M, but Amazon. This is mainly due to the similarity of companies and ways of selling goods. Technology and innovation are the basis of the popularity of these two giants. Although Shein is no equal to Amazon, both of them built their name thanks to new and bold approaches to conducting business. Shein software unites more than 6,000 Chinese factories. The most popular items are determined in real time, allowing the company to place orders and restock instantly. It's only possible because of its own patented AI technology. It keeps track of what users are looking for in the app and indicates what clothes are for grabs, showing what product the company should go with and the number of goods it needs to satisfy the demand. No less important is creating a pattern and autonomy of production. AI gives manufacturers access to a database of designs similar to what was popular lately. It can be used to inspire new clothes that will definitely be sold. Such an approach eliminates any risk of losing money, as the sale always meets the requirements of its customers. With streamlined logistics, AI technology, and no need to describe the product in physical stores, Shein can instantly respond to emerging demand and create real-time fashion, satisfying its clients and generating enormous profits. This technology allowed Shein to become the largest online clothing store in the world. Whether Shein will continue to grow is unknown. There's just too much volatility in the market for such a risky player to feel comfortable. However, we can try to play oracles and predict the future and immediate plans of the company. The interest in buying Topshop suggests that the firm feels the limitations of the online model. This allows us to assert that, most likely, after all quarantine restrictions are completely lifted, physical stores will be opened, at least in the United States. The US textile industry is calling on Biden to lower the duty-free threshold. In this case, Shein risks losing some advantages, which can turn the company into a regular low-sort company. Another confirmation of this is the resonance in the public space Shein is causing. For example, in the spring of 2021, the company released phone cases with a black man in handcuffs, although it has previously supported the Black Lives Matter movement. Of course, a huge scandal broke out. In 2020, Shein apologized for selling Buddhist swastika jewelry and prayer rugs as decoration and a few others. The main problems, however, are of a much bigger scale. The fast fashion industry, which the company seeks to dominate, has been fiercely criticized for its negative environmental impact and poor working conditions. As we've already said, in January 2022, Reuters reported on the company's plans to list on the New York Stock Exchange. And what do you think? Will the advantages of the Chinese company turn against itself? There can be different opinions on this matter, so we'd like to hear all of them. Write your answers in the comments. Soon, the company will become one of the most successful in this market segment, despite deteriorating trade conditions. Due to its prices, the brand is popular among young people. And therefore, even if the opening of physical stores fails, it will be able to keep its customer base, ensuring Shein's stable existence for at least a few more years.